Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dungeon Academy. Guess what? It's Season 3. This is the first episode of Season 3. And what we're going to be doing today, for the next 4 episodes or so, we're going to be focusing on just one of the characters for each episode. So, today is the Winthrop episode. And,
Question.
Yeah.
We were just talking about anime, so it's like, is it not... It's not season 3 yet. They're the filler episodes in between seasons.
Yeah, I guess so. I hate to call it filler.
The holiday special.
This is the what's it called? OVA. These are the
Oh, is that what it
OVAs.
is? Okay. All right. So, what that means is that Rena's playing Winthrop, but everybody else is playing like side, other special characters. So, Aya is playing Axel, the giant space hamster. And Chloe is playing Drizzt Doherty, the legendary drow. And Callie actually made a character. So Callie's character isn't going to be with the group at the start, but Lilia will get his special... Oh, it's her, right? Special introduction. And we'll be... Hopefully the group won't be weird. And we'll let Lilia...
It's us.
Playing a giant space hamster.
So,
Weird is our MO.
The group assembled the Rod of 7 Parts, and Lilia wished it out of existence. And they also killed Miska the Wolf Spider. So what that means is that the evil Queen of Chaos has failed. She was defeated. All she really wanted was to free Miska the Wolf Spider from his prison. But the group actually broke into that prison and killed him. And killed him for good. He's dead. Forever. And, so, the group had gone back to the Vale of Aqua, which is this earth mote in the plane of air. And it's a very secret place, and it's very hard to get to. And it's the home of the Wind Dukes, who had been helping the group on their quest. And the group was given, rewards, wishes. So, a few people had made their wishes, but Airly held on to her wish, and Winthrop held on to his wish. So, Winthrop, it's been a month. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing. But in the Vale of Aqua, there's like tall grass. And it's nice all the time out. And there's always a pleasant breeze. And there are silver spires and verdant gardens. And it's home to Aarakocra, which are like bird people. And the Vati, the Wind Dukes, who have the blue skin and the white hair. And each character was given Wind Duke clothing, which you can wear or not wear. It's usually it's white and turquoise, and you get sandals. It's extremely comfortable. It's sort of like pajamas. But I don't know if Winthrop would wear the Wind Duke clothes.
Probably would, but only when he's like there, because it just doesn't feel right with the nice winds. Sure, but with the on the ship, probably not.
Okay. So, I guess you had heard that Drizzt was feeling better. Do you want to go check on Drizzt?
Yeah, I'll check on Drizzt.
Oh, it just so happens that Axel is there.
Axel, you want to come check on Drizzt with me?
Oh God, I guess.
All right.
I've seamlessly put the party together. Unbelievable. So, when you enter into one of the silver spires where Drizzt is in bed convalescing, there's one other person there. You've already met him. His name is Speedwagon. He has blonde hair and a scar across his face. And he wears a top hat. And he has shown you that he can take the brim off. And it actually has blades. So when he fights people, he throws the top hat and the blades cut them. And Speedwagon has told you that he is from a world called Tandris, which is actually in my universe. It's a world where adventurers go to retire. It's just a world of peace. nothing bad happens on this planet anymore. It's good people, and they were involved in the war between Law and Chaos way back when. And so he had actually come to the Vale of Aqua to give you all rewards. And when Speedwagon sees you, Winthrop, he says, Winthrop, your mastery of the druidic powers have me in awe. I will forever be in your debt for what you've done for the multiverse. And I don't know if I told you, but I had brought you all gifts. We built...
I don't know about mastery, but that is very flattering, thank you.
Your humility is remarkable in this age of hubris in which we live. Now, what he has done, they have brought you magical arcane cannons, which are a magic item from the Wildemont source book. So basically, each of your spelljammers, they want to install an arcane cannon. So, just so you know, if you ever fly around, we'll need to dig that out and do that. But Drizzy
would probably love that, and same with our gift friend. Probably would love the cannons.
Speedwagon says, from what I understand, your friend Gullscream Bilger and Sid went back to your ships and are doing maintenance tasks while you all rest and celebrate your incredible victory.
That sounds like them.
Then he says, don't mind me, I'm just going to back into the corner and watch history unfold before my very eyes.
Not creepy at all. Okay.
Oh, and I have one other gift. A magic ring, which will allow Axel to speak with you.
Oh.
Here you are, friend hamster. Without you, perhaps the armies of chaos would have overrun the entire multiverse.
I don't have hands.
It's also a bracelet. Clamp.
I can make that into an earring for you if you want.
I mean, unless you don't want it, of course.
No, I totally don't. I want it.
He wants it.
Speedwagon politely takes his hat off and just watches you and nods with a smile on his face.
Axel just kind of leans to Winthrop and is like, that guy is weird.
A bit. That's okay though, right?
I guess. Cool. I'm just saying, I feel like he might be trouble.
I'll keep note of that for you. All right.
I can't write because I have paws.
I guess we'll continue on to make sure Drizzt okay. Is he in the same room? Or...
Yes.
Yeah.
Drizzt is in bed.
I'm good.
Is there anything else I can help you with? Are you feeling all right, Drizzt?
Feeling a little better, but with everything going on, kind of want to get back on the move.
Fair enough.
Are you guys doing okay?
I think so. We haven't had anyone come for a while, so it's
been really super boring.
That.
Speedwagon says, interesting. It seems like the giant space hamster is so used to adventure and epic combat that it's almost distressed when it's not saving the multiverse. Amazing.
He takes out a notebook and's like, oh my goodness.
Sometimes when it's too quiet, something's happening and we don't know about yet.
Very wise. Very, very wise, lost soul. I just am wondering, Winthrop, you've been talking about meeting with the Raven Queen.
Yeah.
Seems like now might be the time for Winthrop to meet with the goddess of death of the entire multiverse.
Yep.
Just another day in the life of Winthrop, right, everyone? Amazing.
Yeah, that's another can of worms.
It does feel like a day in the life, to be honest.
Look out the window and you see a grassy hill, and Good Boy seems to be playing with somebody who isn't there.
Oh,
Does he do that often?
honestly, sometimes I don't. Does Lilia know the invisibility spell now? Is that a thing? I don't think so. We should probably check that out.
Drizzt,
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Drizzt, are you gonna get out of bed and put on your magic swords?
Yes.
All right.
Want to come with?
One thing on your sheet that you don't have, Drizzt, is the panther. I'm pretty sure a character from something else I ran has that. So.
Somebody stole your panther.
No.
Yeah, I got my Winthrop.
So you all leave the Silver Spire. Speedwagon just stays in the room and watches you all from the window.
Like, bye.
Yeah, you see Good Boy on a hill, and every once in a while, like, you see what looks like a woman made of wind or mist, but it swirls around and then disappears. But something is throwing a stick, and Good Boy is getting it and bringing it back.
Oh. Good boy, who you playing with?
Okay.
What's up, dog?
Good Boy just borks at you. Let's see, how does Good Boy... Alright, so Good Boy runs up to Winthrop, really likes Winthrop, jumps on Winthrop, sniffs Drizzt, wags his tail, and then kind of cautiously approaches Axel, who has transparent skin. A giant space hamster with transparent skin.
Yeah.
So he kind of cautiously approaches you.
And a little tuft of hair that's in front of his face.
Gotta be all moody.
Yeah.
And Winthrop, like an 8-foot-tall woman made of wind, sort of makes herself visible to you. And she says, Winthrop, have you thought of your wish yet? When a warm breeze washes over you.
I haven't, actually. I've been thinking it over.
She says, I am Chan, the elemental princess of air, the good one.
The good one.
I spend quite a bit of time here, and I'm the one who had granted your friend's wishes.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
She says, I just want you to know that when you decide to make your wish, you're going to have to come back here. And if I'm here, I will grant it for you.
Okay.
All right?
Sounds good.
But thank you for what you've done for the multiverse, ending the threat of Miska the Wolf Spider, and I think that banishing the Rod of Seven Parts was the best thing for everyone.
That is a relief to hear, honestly.
There are other threats to watch out for. I mean, my enemy, Yan Si Bin, the evil prince of elemental air, he's still out there. He's never found the Veil of Aqua, but he does have agents in the Temple of Elemental Evil that you sealed Zugdmoy in.
Ah.
So that could be a problem someday. But you don't need to worry about that now. I'm just happy to watch you all get better and reap the rewards for making a good decision.
Well, thank you.
And she says, and I know you had been talking about going to visit the Raven Queen. There's a portal to Sigil here, which you can use. And then she gives you the location in Sigil of a portal to the Raven Queen's realm of Latherna.
Oh. Well, that's convenient. Thank you.
Are you allowed
Is it
back
like
in Sigil?
I don't know. Well, last time I was there, it was like the bounty hunter thing. So there's that.
I'll make sure they won't coming around.
Chan bids you farewell and just kind of turns into a breeze and goes away.
Bye.
But good boy runs over to you, Winthrop, and
Hello.
follows you around.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about you being in the Shadowfell. But you're so cute. Oh my gosh.
He has no idea what you're saying. He just jumps around.
Yeah.
He rolls on his back.
Okay.
Wouldn't also talk to animals, or is that a spell you use?
That's a spell.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why I usually can talk to you, because when we're on the ship, I usually have that cast over when we're traveling. But aside from that.
I see. I don't know a lot about, magic. I thought all pointy-eared people can talk to animals. They seem to do that a lot.
A lot of them can, I've noticed.
Except the pink one.
Pink one.
She's just very cheerful. She has
The little tiny one.
no, the other one,
Oh.
the one with the swords.
Oh, okay. That's what you meant by pink one. Got it. Just trying to there's lots of people on the ship. I need to...
Listen, if we have to go through Sigil, we'll be able to get through it. Okay.
Yeah. We know Sigil pretty well now. We can do that.
I'm practically an expert at the place.
Yeah. All right, I guess let's get going. Though I'm pretty sure I want to leave Good Boy with Lilia or Seraphine for now, if they're here.
Good boy makes sad noises when you...
Oh.
Good boy wants to come with you.
I guess he can. I just don't want to bring Feywild to the Shadowfell.
If anything, he'll be able to protect himself. It's a dog.
Yeah. He's protected himself this far, so it should be fine.
It can teleport.
Exactly.
He's pretty cool.
Okay, good boy. Let's go.
All right,
Okay.
so you're going to go to the portal that leads to Sigil?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You use whatever the key is. Who cares? You go through the portal. You go to the city of Sigil, which you've been
Probably
to.
like a gust thing.
Yeah, it's a gust.
Yeah.
You go to Sigil. It's a city. You've been there a few times before. It's in the center of the multiverse. It's like the inside of a hollow donut. You can see buildings above you. You know that your friend Seeker of Rainbows had gone back here a few weeks ago to report to her faction, the Sensates. But yeah, you know that the location to the portal to the Raven Queen's realm is nearby. And you have the key to it. Chan told you what it was.
Yeah.
It's just a depressing thought. So all you have to do is go to a certain door and think a depressing thought. And you can go, it'll activate the portal and you can go through.
Oh, that's so easy. Okay, let's go.
This is so easy. Love it. Great.
Hey, it's better than anything else.
As you're walking through the streets, a Borear, which is like a centaur, but he has a goat bottom half, and he sort of has a goat-like face.
Okay.
Looks in shock at you, Winthrop, and he kind of clomps towards you, and he says, "I'm sorry.
Hello?
Are you Winthrop?
That is my name, yes.
Did you make your wish yet?"
No, not yet. I have not made my wish yet. I'm thinking about it.
I can't believe, if I were you, I would have gone out with Valendra, even though she's a sword. That's weird. But,
Oh, that's all right. My twin, I'm pretty sure, is so.
Okay.
everybody is watching your sensory stones. You guys are the talk of Sigil right now.
Oh, so Rainbow made it to the Sensates then, huh?
She recorded sensory stones of everything she saw on your quest. and all the senseis are watching it. Of course, the best ones are exclusive to the faction. So some are in the public hall, but I saw the
Right.
good stuff. And I watched them all. And you were my favorite, by the way, also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is
All I
the
remember
good
is being
stuff?
held captive.
It's weird being recognized, honestly.
So, yeah, Secret Rainbow's probably told you that the senseis can record their memories into stones that anybody can hold on to and watch as if it was like a movie or something, and they kind of experience it. So, apparently, she went, after you guys were done, it was all over, she went there and recorded sensory stones of everything, and there's like a line around the building of people who want to watch, because, I mean, it's the Rod of 7 Parts, you know? So, yeah. You gonna continue on to the door?
Yeah.
Do you? What's the
Continue on.
depressing thought you used to activate the portal?
Which one should it be?
Oh no.
I have
Oh, no.
so many every day.
I think
Uh-oh.
the first
What
one that
happened?
comes to mind is watching
What is happening?
the spiderified dad falling in that chasm in the Shadowfell.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's horrible.
What?
That's the first one that came to mind, so that's the one.
Chloe, I can still see you fine.
It's my whole screen is black.
Oh my god.
I don't know what is happening. What the fuck? I'm
Did you
sorry.
like? Is it like?
I didn't press
out of-
anything. I was on D&D Beyond. And
Webcam's working, so
I
that's
know,
a
it
little
has-
odd.
it has the blue light. It says Zoom's not responding. It's okay. Go with it. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
I mean-
talk to you guys.
It looks totally normal to us.
Okay, then I'll just, you know what? I got this.
Zoom is
Work
being
with it.
really weird. Alright.
It's because so many people are using it right now.
So as you
Yeah.
go through the portal, then the new character, Livdale. Callie, can you describe your new character?
Okay. So, Livdale has gray skin and white hair that is like shaved on one side and is long to her shoulder on the other, and there's like purple yeah. And she's got piercings all the way up her ear, and she looks punk. She's dressed like a punk person, and she's got swords and daggers everywhere. So
I can't believe you're playing Ayla.
I can't. I was thinking Ayla when I was thinking. I was like, God, this looks like Ayla.
So,
It's
All right.
literally like the face and the hair is like literally how I picture Winthrop, only with black hair. So
So, Livdale, you work for Vorkhesis, the son of the Raven Queen. You track down lost souls. And if this is alright with you, I want to say that... So, Shatterkai, when they die, the Raven Queen just brings them back to life. So, they're, like, immortal, right? I was going to say that you've never actually died. That you just... No one's ever killed you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And
I
you've
mean,
impressed agents of other planes who have put in requests that when you do die, you go to their plane and get reborn and work for them. But they're kind of in conflict about it, and it's going into arbitration, and it's been years. And so the fate of your soul is kind of up in the air right now. So Vorkhesis had found out about something on a world called Wildemount. There's these dark elves who worship an entity called Luxon, and they have these Luxon beacons. And what this means is, if they're within 100 miles... Oh, I lost Chloe. Shoot. Now our screen is all screwed up.
Chloe said her Zoom died, so she's trying again.
It's like by the time I fix it, she might be back.
Yeah, so just leave it and then
Ugh. I'm sorry, everybody.
it happens.
So, let's see. The Luxon beacon. If one of them dies within 100 miles of it, they're reborn into a baby in someone's belly. So their soul is just jumping, and it's never going where it's supposed to go. So Vorkhesis has found out about this, and he wants you to bring back one of these people who have been cheating the Raven Queen. It's in a city called Rasona, which is home to Drow who worship the Luxon, not Lolth. And the city has this huge arcane shield over it, which blocks out sunlight. So it's sort of like eternal twilight in the city. And you have like a little stone beacon thing with some buttons on it and blinking lights. And it allows you to track down this person. And you know that if you touch that person and you hit the button, you can bring them back to Vorkhesis. So, you've been following your tracker, and it's led you to a bar called Vragback's Marvelous Hand. You are outside the bar. What do you do?
I look at my hands and I study my palm and I go, alright, let's do this. And I go invisible. I use Psychic Veil to become invisible, and I go into the bar.
You see you're invisible, and you go into the bar. She's sitting at a table playing Three Dragon Ante, which is a card game. And she's playing it with a person who looks really strung out. Yeah. And they're absorbed in their game. And the only other person there is the owner / bartender, who is a goblin.
Okay, once I look around the place and realize that there's not really much of a fight, I will become non-invisible and lean over to the bartender and say, and drop down 2 gold and say, 2, please.
He like, bleh? 2. You say 2? He says 2.
Yeah.
2 what?
2 shots.
Oh, right.
Who
Yeah.
are you?
I knew that. And he gives you 2 shots.
Okay. I carry the shots and I go to where.
Oh, I almost forgot. When he's wearing a sparkly glove. As he hands you.
Okay.
He kind of like, here's your drinks.
When I reach for the drinks, I'm gonna try to take the glove off his hand.
What? All right, go ahead. Make a sleight of hand.
John, you gotta let Chloe in.
Oh, God. Thank you for telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
It happens.
There we go.
These stats are crazy, so I got a 32.
Whoa!
32?
Holy shit.
All right, you yoink the glove off his hand, and he yells, "My marvelous hand!" And the 2 who were playing the game stop and look.
Oh Lord, how am I gonna do this? Hang on. Sorry, my computer's just refusing to run Zoom. So I'm trying to figure out how to use my phone when it's at 2%.
That's
Oh,
fair.
jeez.
Good luck.
2%. 2%.
Pray for us, guys.
Drizzt is at 2%.
Drizzt is truly just barely recovering after his time.
He still hasn't had his morning coffee. He's just very groggy.
Yeah, the panther kept me up all night. Okay. Hang on. Okay, it's good. I'm good. Okay.
Yay!
Sorry for this. Fuck.
So, Livdale, you took the glove, and then what?
Well, I hide it up my sleeve so he can't tell that I took it. So, but I take the 2 shots and I set them down next to the person that I'm looking for, and I say, "Not giving them much of a chance, are you?"
The drow that your device indicates is the person you're after. She says, "What are you talking about?"
I mean, the cards. I mean, you're not giving them much of a chance. How about you play someone
Ooh.
more skilled in the...
Oh.
She laughs. Says, "All right." And her friend Vikamni stands aside and just hangs out with the goblin Vragback, who is looking frantically for his marvelous hand. And she says, "You don't look like a drow from around here."
Last time I checked, I didn't look like a drow at all. But
She shuffles the deck of cards, and you're gonna play a game of three hand. What is it?
Yeah.
3 dragon ante. Okay.
I think I'm proficient in playing cards. So.
Okay. Oh, you
I
are?
don't. Yeah.
All right. So, I guess playing cards game. Is that like? If you're gonna
Sleight of
cheat, I know
hand.
it's sleight of hand.
Yeah.
If you're gonna bluff, it would be deception.
If it's like a straight game,
Yeah.
would it be like intelligence?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, like, are we doing intelligence, or are you gonna do something sneaky?
I'm gonna do something sneaky. I'm gonna do sleight of hand. It's pretty good. It's 19.
And you're doing a sleight of hand?
Yeah.
So I'll make a perception. I swear I rolled a natural 20. I can't even...
Oh no!
It's on the new die. It's an ampersand. She casually notices you trying to cheat. And she says, "We don't take kindly to cheaters here." And Fekamni suddenly turns around, schling, and draws a scimitar.
Guess we're gonna play a different game. Alright. Okay. I draw my sword.
Okay, I'm not doing a full combat, so you can just tell me
Okay.
what you want to do, and then we'll roll and
Alright,
see if you do
I
it.
draw my dagger and I throw it at her friend, and then I turn around and take my other dagger and I pin her to the wall.
Okay, so roll to hit her friend.
Okay, well, I rolled a 19.
Okay, so you throw the dagger into her friend. Her friend, like, topples over the bar, and the goblin ducks for cover. Then you spin around, and what do you do?
If there's no wall, I'll just take my dagger and I'll put it at her throat. And then I'll say, "Beep beep, bitch," and then I'll touch her.
Okay. So,
Okay.
that brings you back through a portal to Latherna, which you've been through many times before. So you appear in this archway with your victim, Carhilla, who is totally freaked out now, because now she's suddenly in the Shadowfell. And as, you begin to drag her there or whatever, suddenly the portal activates again. And a Winthrop, a giant space hamster, and Drizzit come walking through. Hey, look at that. And the whole
Boy,
party.
That was like the beginning of a joke.
Hey.
Hello.
Is she giving you trouble, or what's going on here?
Don't worry about it.
Makes me worry about it, but okay.
Very cool.
Are you? We're in the Shadowfell.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're an agent of the Raven Queen.
Yeah.
Okay. Could we get some help requesting an audience with her at all?
Suddenly, from behind a rock,
Ah.
comes a Shatterkai Raven Knight that you've met before. It's Zahar, wielder of the Shadowfell Blade, consort to the Raven Queen. He says,
Zahar, how are you?
I might be able to help you with that.
Cool.
Cool move, hair, flip.
Axel gets like, oh.
Livdiel, you
Told
probably
you'd
probably
like
met
hair.
Zahar before. He doesn't like Vorkhesis, and you work for Vorkhesis, so. You know.
No shit.
So he looks at Livdiel and this woman, Carhilla. He says, "More lost souls, huh?"
Just the day job, you know.
He says,
It's
"Well,
a living.
come on, Winthrop, you must be here to settle this little problem with Vorkhesis, yeah?
Yeah, that's the hope at least.
Well, come on. I'll take you all to the Raven Queen. Livdiel, you might want to come as well. Meet some famous people."
I look at the person that I'm holding a dagger to the throat of. I say, all right. What do I do with this?
We can drop her off on the way there.
Okay.
I mean, we've got her.
He looks at Drizzt. He says, "Another lost soul."
Yeah, there's a few of them here, apparently.
Quite a few.
Raven Queen's going to have a lot to think about. But Winthrop, I just want you to know that I'm going to put in a good word for you. I mean, you killed Miska the Wolf Spider. You assembled the Rod of 7 Parts. That's huge for everyone.
Well, I couldn't have done it without help, so.
All right. So, you're walking to her palace. You're in Latherna, a section of the Shadowfell that the Raven Queen rules.
Cool.
So, where you are right now, this huge archway, it's a gargantuan archway. It's at least 15 feet tall and wide, and it's got these runes on it. And he explains that this is the Blackstone Archway, and that any creature who is native to the Shadowfell can touch it and open a portal to the Feywild with it. And it can also be used as a portal to Sigil if you know the key. And he says other creatures that are linked to other planes can also touch it, and sometimes it'll open a portal to their planes as well. It's very, it's a special archway.
Cool.
He points to a massive pit, like a stadium, and he says that this is the Bleak Fallow. This contains like the soul overflow if we needed it. It could hold up to 250,000 souls if it ever came to that. He points to the sky, and you see every once in a while like a soul comet, a glowing comet with a face on it. And he explains that most souls just move on. When you die, the soul's then just automatically sorted and goes to the plane it's meant to go to. But a lot of souls, there's a question, and the Raven Queen has to judge them and send them. So those are drawn here, and they go right to her palace, and they kind of circle above the palace, and her Sorrowsworn agents pull them down, and she judges them one by one. And that's what she does most of the day. And so if there was some kind of calamity, and there's a lot of souls, they'd be put in the Bleak Fallow, to keep them contained, because souls flying around can get dangerous if there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so he walks you down a path, and off to the left you see a building made of black ice. It's the Hall of Final Fate. That's where the lost souls are. And Livdiel, you can drop your friend off if you like, because we know that Vorkhesis isn't allowed to leave now.
In trouble.
Causing a lot of trouble by being there, actually. But, that's okay.
So, Livdiel, do you
Yeah, I kicked my friend off.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
Why-
Livdeal's walking away, Zahar says, "That's a Shatterkai that has never died once." It's pretty good.
Do you remember when if you've never died once, if you can you recall past times? Or
I don't
is
think
that
so.
just a record keeping somewhere?
Who knows? Livdeal, you going to the Hall of Final Fate?
Yeah.
Vorkhesis is there. He's like 15 feet tall. He's blind. He has a halo of lightning over his head. He's got this huge spear, and he's missing a hand, right? And,
And apparently he only wears a loincloth from what I've seen.
I guess. He doesn't look at you, and you know that he can see out of that halo, so he doesn't have to be facing you, and he can see you. He says, "Livdeal, you never fail me." And he, turns, points his spear, shoots Carilla with a beam, and she's sucked into one of the thousands of raven statues in here, each of which contains a lost soul. And he says, "Mother will be pleased. Take some time to rest, Livdeal, one of my finest agents."
Is she gone? Oh shit. So did she disappear?
Wrapped in a little raven statue thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the woman that Livdeal captured, yeah.
Oh good.
Livdeal is still there. So,
Good. Get rid of that. She did something wrong. I don't doubt it. The other one, not Livio.
Livdeal, what do you do?
I give him a thumbs up, and then I turn around and I go back to the group, and I say, "So we're headed somewhere? I'm bored. Let's go."
Yeah.
Zahar says, "Yeah, Winthrop is going to, your master made another bad deal, so hopefully the Raven Queen can sort it out."
Oh. Alright.
Out of curiosity, do you know why the lost souls get trapped in raven statues?
Why?
That seems an inefficient use of souls.
Well, Vorkhesis has uses for them. And the Raven Queen is also something of a collector, so, you know.
Yeah.
He points to the Raven Queen's palace. It's called Zvomarana, Fate's Palace, and around it are 4 250-foot tall pillars. They're made of black stone, but there's veins of white in them. And there's lots of raven carvings on them, and they kind of glow and almost tug at you a little bit. And he
Except I
explains
like this place. I want to decorate the greenhouse like this.
Okay.
He says that
I'll take some notes for you again.
He says those pillars act as a magnet, so when souls come flying into the Shadowfell, the pillars pull them here. And the Raven Queen herself is also a magnet for souls. And so if those pillars weren't there, they would come to her, but that could get bad, and that's why we have the pillars to kind of help keep the souls contained above the Citadel until we're ready to deal with them. He points at a lady standing from the front door. She's this huge, big-eyed, pale, bat-winged woman with an axe. And he says, "That's Delatotha. She's a sorrow-sworn Death Lord, and she guards the entrance." So what I want to do is I want to go in and talk to the Raven Queen and make sure she's ready to meet with you. And you can all wait over there in the Fortress of Memories. There's lots of cool stuff in there. I think you'll like it.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. I don't want to interrupt her sorting thing, so.
So he directs you to the Fortress of Memories and says, "Oh, it's built from the remnants of dead gods and mortals."
Somehow doesn't surprise me. Okay, let's check it out.
Okay. I'll come get you when she's ready.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So the four of you enter the Fortress of Memories. It's weird. On the outside, it's really big, but inside, you're in a circular room with 4 doors.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are the doors marked in any way?
Let's see. Are they marked in any way? One has a book on it. One has trinkets written in Shatterkind language. One has a rune on it. And one has like a potion bottle on it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Which one looks most interesting to you, Axel?
I like the trinkets.
The trinkets?
Yeah. Maybe we can get some more earrings.
Maybe.
I think I need more. It kind of shows off his dangly ears.
Probably has like 3 at this point, based off of what timing we have.
Yeah.
Echo grab you.
Really cool.
So
It is the Hall of Memories, though, so it might not be able to give us anything, but we might be able to get ideas at least.
So wait, who's opening the door? The trinket door?
I'll do it.
Drizzt Do'Urden, legendary drow, bravely opens the trinket door.
Trinket
it turns
door.
out it's a trinket closet, a closet full of trinkets. As soon as you open it, trinkets come pouring out.
Whee! It's like the
Oh.
Zabuma food. It's like,
They're all garbage except for 4.
oh,
All right, where are my trinkets? The first one, a blood red rose that never wilts.
oh.
Oh,
And then a bronze key with the emblem of a skull and 2 crossed swords. And I was thinking that the gimmick with this would be is that whoever takes it can just basically try to convince me that it would unlock a door. And
It's a
eventually,
skull key.
just be like, yeah,
any door, but only one.
only one, yeah. Then there's a wooden whistle in the shape of a wolf. And when you blow on it, it lets out a low howling sound. And the last one is a black lace veil. And when you look through it, people look like skeletons.
Axel, you want that?
I might get that one too.
Everyone's like you now. Yeah?
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I'm gonna look so cool. You just put the cloak on him and he's like, yes, excellent.
This is perfect.
I love it.
So Axel takes the veil.
Mhm.
Is anybody taking the rose that never wilts?
I'll take that too, just to be safe.
What about the key?
Wouldn't take the key. Wouldn't take the key.
Who's taking that key?
Okay, yeah, I'll take the key. It looks. I'll put it on my necklace when I have time to put it on my necklace because that would look cool.
And what about the howling whistle?
I feel like that would make sense for.
Our new friend here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want it.
I'll take it.
Livdeel takes the whistle. Okay. There's 3 more doors. There's one with a book on it, one with a rune on it, and one with like a potion bottle on it.
What about you two? Like, I have the way I want to go. I just want to go with everybody else first. And I'm sorry, I forget your name.
Live.
Liv?
I get it.
Okay.
I didn't mean to, but now it's funny.
Nice.
Because she's also to do with death. I get it. Great.
Oh, got it.
Live, die. Oh.
Oh, man.
Wow.
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 I,
Oh,
I give myself a round of applause.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can I give you an inspiration?
Wow.
Mad punning skills. There we go. I can speak English sometimes.
3 doors left. Which one do you want to go through? God, we're almost out of time. We have like 45 minutes to do this whole thing.
I did ask first, so I want to hear what they want, but I do know which one I would go to.
This is Winthrop's adventure. Which one do you want to go through, Winthrop?
Yeah,
Book.
Come on, Winthrop.
Book.
Who's opening the book door?
Winthrop, open the door.
Yeah, I'm opening book door.
A dark room, lit by candles. There's a lectern, and on it a large book, and there's a shaft of light coming from a stained glass ceiling thing that illuminates the lectern. It looks like somebody was writing something into the book and has since left it there to resume writing later.
Oh.
Vorkhesis' diary. Dear diary. Mom hates me again. She's with her stupid new boyfriend. God, I hate him.
That was 5 years ago. Okay. I'll take a look at it then.
You cautiously approach the book, and you see that it is a tome of a sorrow-sworn soul ripper, which is one of the types of sorrow-sworn.
Oh.
And she's writing about, now that Miska is dead, she's assuming that he will form into a vestige, which is like this flickering flame trapped in amber that, will show up somewhere in the Shadowfell. And people can use it to kind of get power from it. It's not, and a lot of them collected together in the domain of dread of Barovia and was able to cause problems. So she's wondering if it's going to create its own domain of dread or if it's going to end up in Barovia and kind of rebuild it. And she also wonders if Vecna, the god of secrets, will try to track it down because Miska probably knows a lot of secrets.
A vestige of chaos trying to make a whole domain of itself. It's probably going to be unpredictable.
That's it for that room.
Cool. That's spooky and important to know.
There's 2 more doors. There's one with a rune and one with a potion bottle.
If no one makes a decision, I'm going to the rune door.
Let's try that one then.
Winthrop's adventure. Winthrop chooses
do
the
it.
door.
Winthrop's adventure.
In this room is a bunch of stuff. One
Whoa.
thing sticks out to you. It's a black stone rune. Many Shadar-kai own one of these. It's a small glossy stone with a rune drawn on it. And Shadar-kai can use it to plane shift from the material plane to the Shadowfell, or from the Shadowfell to the material plane.
Oh. Cool.
That's
Why-
interesting.
Why is this in here?
Seems like treasure.
Huh.
You should take it. It's pretty cool. You should take it.
I'm scared to take everything because this is like the Hall of Memories.
But what if it's yours? What if it's like yours from another life and you just don't remember it and you left it here?
Would I recognize the rune at all, or?
Would you recognize it? This is like a standard Shadar-kai item. At one time every single Shadar-kai had one of these.
Oh. Do I know why that was a one-time thing, or just a?
Well, a long time ago, some Shadar-kai end up dying, or they get scattered, or things happen. If a Shadar-kai turns into an undead, the Raven Queen can't bring them back to life. So some of them just lose them, and a lot of people just lose the stones. And if they don't know how to make more, then they're just kind of stuck.
It's like a cell phone, you know? You only get one unless you break it.
Mm-hmm.
You know that it was trendy for a while, also for Shadar-kai to wield spiked chains, but a lot of them, that was like a phase that a lot of them got rid of after a while.
Yeah. Now it's earrings, and I
Yeah.
admit that I fell into that one. Okay.
Are you gonna take it, or are you gonna leave it?
I'll take it to ask about it.
Yeah, you never know. Good
All right.
Like, is it okay if I take this? I can put it back.
I swear to God, I'm not just trying to take this.
The last door. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. This is a lab. Basically, they extract liquid from the nighttime. It's called night extract. Vials
Okay.
of magic liquid that reduce light to starlight in a 20-foot radius. So if you wanted to do some sneaking in a brightly lit area, you just open the vial, and suddenly it's like nighttime all around you. And it's easy to do a forward roll behind one crate to another crate, and no one will be the wiser. There's 4 of these vials here that are fully completed.
Oh.
Did a hamster even do a barrel roll?
Yes.
Of course.
Oh my God, I'm just imagining a giant hamster barrel roll, and it sounds adorable.
Yeah.
It just does a little flip.
What percent is Drizzt at right now?
Which what?
What percent is
percent?
Drizzt at?
Percent of what?
Phone.
Foam?
Yeah.
Phone.
Probably like 12%.
12%! It's
Yay!
better. It's much better. Drizzt.
Adventuring is in his blood.
All right.
Yeah, he's getting excited. He's like, ooh, magic.
You look at Drizzt and he was at
fuck it.
2%. Now he's at 12%. You're feeling a little relieved. And then Zahar shows up and says, come on, she's ready to meet with you.
Oh, cool. Okay.
We've got like 41 minutes. So he hustles
All
you
right.
over there.
Oh, okay. While I'm like, is it okay if I take this? Because apparently it was just in there.
Yeah. It's the Fortress of Memories. Yeah, you take stuff in there. It's all right.
Oh, thanks.
It's the Fortress of Memories, but it's just like their garage that they keep their whole shit in.
It's just called the Fortress of Memories because have you met us? We're over the top.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all this stuff they couldn't get rid of at the garage sale, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You put it in the attic. No, it's the Fortress of Memories.
All right. So, you
Which,
pat.
honestly, the attic is the Fortress of Memories. You just go through everything. Okay.
That's true.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right. Fate's Palace, guarded by Delatotha, the sorrow-sworn Death Lord. You're ushered into this huge hall. Sitting on the throne is the Raven Queen, and there's a sorrow-sworn on either side of her. And she's got pale skin and long black hair. She's wearing a black dress with raven feathers, and she has huge feathered black wings. And she doesn't speak, but you can hear her voice in your mind when she chooses to communicate with you. And Zahar, you all stand before her. She just looks at you, and Zahar kind of like nudges you forward, Winthrop. Okay, now's the time.
All right. I should have prepared more. I'm sorry. Hello. I'm.
A raven lands on her shoulder, and she pets it thoughtfully as she examines you from head to toe.
Right. I'm here to discuss the Vorkhesis and firstly, the use of lost souls, and secondly, hopefully nudge you in a positive direction for your familial relationship.
I'm here to help you.
Let's do some therapy.
I am worried about Vorkhesis' use of lost souls, in that he sent 4 to try to either, well, just you know more of what the mission statement was, but to bring me in because I failed a deal that I could not follow through on.
Zahar steps forward, and he kneels before the Raven Queen, and he says, "My queen, Winthrop is one of the ones who assembled the Rod of 7 Parts and destroyed Miska the wolf spider. And on top of that, Winthrop saved my life. Vorkhesis wanted me dead, and leveraged Winthrop's parents, who are still trapped in that Hall of Final Fate right now when they should not be. They're Shatterkai. When they died, they should have been brought back to life by you, but he stole those souls, and he hid them in there so he could leverage them to get Winthrop to try to kill me. And she has no reaction to any of this. And
He also killed me when he could have not.
That's right. Drizzt, this drow has been trapped for a long time, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he says, Raven Queen, Nira, we've got to do something about Vorkhesis and what he's doing. Even Livdiel, a very capable Shatterkai, I feel like her talents are being wasted by hunting these lost souls. The focus was supposed to be on liches. Liches are the ones stealing souls from you and dumping them into the phylactery and destroying them just to keep undead abominations alive. I feel like we should go back to that. And the Raven Queen suddenly speaks in all of your minds. She says, I cannot help but feel guilt for the way that I have treated my son. He is angry about the fate of his father, who I tried to destroy with the Sphere of Annihilation. Zahar, he doesn't even know about our son.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry?
The two Sorrowsworn nervously look at each other.
I feel like this is information I wasn't supposed to know.
Zahar says we can talk about that later. Suddenly, you're kind of high up in the palace. In this big open area, you can see out over Litherna and the Shadowfell beyond. And suddenly there's a really bright light on the horizon. And Zahar and the Raven Queen and the Starsworn all turn and look confused as this light gets brighter and brighter. What do you do?
I am also confused. Do I have an idea of why there's light in the Shadowfell?
Winthrop, star of this episode, we get a close-up of Winthrop's handsome features and the reflection of the soul lights in his eyes. What you see on the horizon is what looks like thousands of souls rocketing across the Shadowfell, all heading this way, all at once.
Uh-oh.
What?
Something as foreshadowing with the thing. Cataclysmic. Uh-oh.
They come closer and closer, and usually one soul every once in a while would just show up and hover above, and a Sorrowsworn would fly up, grab it, and pull it down. But this looks like thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of souls that have all somehow come to the Shadowfell at the exact same time, flying towards the palace. You can hear their howling as they get closer and closer, rocketing through the air. Dozens of Sorrowsworn from all around the area suddenly take flight and try to catch them, because they can actually grab them and bring them down. But, say 50 Sorrowsworn, aren't even making a dent into this horde. Just a mass of glowing souls swirling above the place. The whole building begins to shake as the swirling becomes like a vortex, which kind of sucks the air up. All the dust on the ground is starting to float in the air.
Okay.
Jesus.
Is there any way I can help? Try to offset these?
Is there any way you can help? Zahar doesn't answer. He's so shocked at what's happening. A Sorrowsworn flies in with one of the souls, who immediately appears into a glowing, kneeling form, waiting to be judged. And the Raven Queen asks him, "Who are you? How did you die?" He explains that he's from the world of Tandris, the world of peace. His name is Tonpeti. He explains, Tandris is a world of peace, but we looked up into the clouds and we saw the face of a hideous ancient enemy, the Queen of Chaos, who looked down on our world and transformed our entire world into a hideous realm of monsters. The trees became tentacles and choked the life out of us. And Zahar says, "Are you telling me an entire world full of people just died right now?" And Tonpeti says, I'm afraid it's so. Billions of people were just killed by the Queen of Chaos, and that means at least 1 million souls are now collecting and hovering above the Raven Queen's palace. And suddenly the fate pillars just outside of the building are getting pulled up out of their moorings, and one tips and crashes into this palace, comes through the ceiling, and lands on Zahar and the Raven Queen. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Okay.
You get a half hour. Winthrop, what did you get?
I need to figure out my bonus. Hold on.
I know.
That's a 21.
Winthrop got a 21. What about Axel, the giant space hamster?
I'll check our sheets.
Is it just plus Dex? Because then I got a 7.
Yeah, plus Dex.
7.
Man, what's with my die rolls? You got a 7?
Yep.
What did legendary drow Drizzt Doerden get?
14.
I had a friend who would always get mad at me. She'd go, "It's Drizzt, not Drizzit."
I know.
So
but
then I would troll her and do it on purpose.
It's all fun.
Hey, Stream Quest, thank you. Thanks for
Hello.
Bye.
watching. Livdeal, what did you get in your initiative roll?
20.
20.
Jesus.
Tie goes to the Dungeon Master.
Is that
Winthrop!
how it is?
A freaking 250-foot tall pillar just crashed through the wall and ceiling, landed on the Raven Queen and Zahar. The whole place is very brightly lit because there's a vortex of souls collecting and hovering above the palace. What would you like to do?
All right. So I have a quick question. How big is the thingy again that fell and toppled in?
It's 250 feet tall and it's like super thick and heavy.
Nice.
Cool.
I know it's hard to figure out what to do.
It is, and I have a potential idea because I don't know exactly how it'll work. It'll make people also fall up. So,
Do whatever you want.
but it's my first instinct with the thing that is now crushing people.
Do it.
Now that we're leveled up, I can cast a 7th level spell.
Oh.
Reverse gravity.
Oh, okay.
Shit. Always can't.
I just want to bring. It says a 50-foot radius, 100-foot high cylinder, so it might not get enough, but it might do enough to be able to pick it up like this.
Okay.
So,
You
like,
cast...
So it's down like that, so it'll just go like this.
So the pillar... Yeah, okay. So the pillar falls on them. And then you cast reverse gravity, and you actually tip the pillar up off of the Raven Queen with your magic.
Yeah.
Alright, on my turn, suddenly, with the faint pillars unmoored, all of the souls are kind of drawn to the Raven Queen. And they start just like shooting into her. Each one causing her pain, doing radiant damage, one after the other. And others miss her and hit the wall and like blow a hole through the wall. And the whole palace starts to shake as these soul comets are destroying the palace. And Zahar is hurt, but I'll say he's not pinned anymore. He just got squashed and he's like limping.
Get out of there! I can't hold this for too long.
Alright, so...
I've only got a minute.
Alright, so now, Livdeal, at the start of your turn, a soul comes flying at you. Please make a dex save to avoid it.
19.
Okay.
8.
A soul comes flying at you. Livdeal, you dodge. You still have your full turn. So, the Raven Queen is just being devastated by all these souls, like just flying through her and hurting her. Zahar is hurt. This building is starting to collapse. What would you like to do?
Am I floating, first of all?
You probably are floating a little bit. Sort of like the
Okay.
moon because of the vortex above you. And the reverse gravity spell.
Yeah. do I feel like like having my sword out would do anything to the souls? Like, if I were to attack them, like, would it do anything to
No, you know that it's hard to even grab hold of them. The Sorrowsworn can do it, but these are like intangible spirit things that do radiant damage if they pass through you.
Okay, then I'm gonna go towards the Raven Queen and the Raven Queen's boyfriend, whose name I can't remember, and try to pull them towards the exit of the building.
Which one, the Raven Queen or Zahar?
I guess I'll just do the Raven Queen.
Yeah,
Alright.
get her out of here so if I get hit with something, I
Alright.
don't drop it on her again.
So Livdiel, you run over to where the Raven Queen is, and there's all these souls crashing through the walls, all shooting right at her from all directions. So to get to her, you're going to have to do more dodging.
That's fine.
Make another dex save, please.
13.
Oh, okay, so one hits you in the back, and you take 5 radiant damage, and you go flying. It knocks you, like, I guess near to where the Raven Queen is. And then you can grab her and start to try to pull her away.
Okay.
All right. So Livdiel, you start grab the Raven Queen. The problem is that all of these things are coming right at her. So wherever you are dragging her, all of them just turn and like you're so close that they're all like. All right, and that was Drizzt. Zahar is hurt. My leg. Ah! This building is collapsing. Crumble, crumble. And the Raven Queen is not saying anything, but she's just being overwhelmed by all of these souls drawn to her like a magnet.
Well, I see someone's already taken care of the Raven Queen, so I'll grab the other one, Zahar, and try to, like, drag him towards the entrance so we can get everyone.
Zahar is hurt. You run over to him. He holds a hand out to his beloved Raven Queen, and he yells out, "Nira, no!" And you're dragging him away
Mm-hmm.
to safety.
Yeah.
Okay. Axel, the giant space hamster.
Just wait for-
Axel!
Now we switch to the giant space hamster with transparent skin.
So what's happening?
This building is collapsing. All these souls are pummeling the Raven Queen. Livdiel is trying to drag the Raven Queen to safety. Drizzt has grabbed Zahar and is trying to pull him out of the building because he's hurt. And Winthrop is using his magic to hold that pillar of fate that fell down up in reverse gravity.
If I use etherealness, does that only affect me, or if like somebody's on top of me?
It's just you.
Well, I'll try to get the Raven Queen out of there too, I guess.
All right, so you're gonna kind of waddle or whatever,
Waddle
wiggle
over
over there.
Yeah.
All right, make a dex save to avoid the many souls.
Yeah.
Careful, Axel.
17.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, one soul's coming at you, but I don't know, somehow you roll out of the way. Or
I
whatever.
barrel roll to the
You
side.
barrel roll to the side, and so you kind of bite on the Raven Queen and help pull.
Yeah,
Pull
grab
Raven
onto her dress or whatever and just go.
Okay. And again, you're seeing the same thing. No matter where you pull her, that's where all the souls are going. And so they're blasting through walls and the ceiling, all just coming right at her. All right, and that's your turn, Axel?
Guess so. I do have a lot of things I can do.
All right, so Winthrop, you were holding up the Pillar of Fate, and your friends have pulled them out from underneath it and are trying to get them to the exit. The ceiling is starting to collapse. What would you like to do?
Is there anyone like Sorrowsworn or anyone nearby? It's like, how can you reactivate these so that they stop going towards the Raven Queen?
One of the Sorrowsworn says, "You've got to put it back where it was, standing up into the ground. Can you do that?"
I'll try. I've got a minute on this, so I'll just like try to make it so that the gravity is still going like this and back into position, I guess. I'm not really sure how that works.
So you've reversed gravity, so it's like hovering.
Yeah.
You can move the cone of it.
I know. I'll drop reverse gravity, but use Bones of the Earth to make it just push it into place.
What does Bones of the Earth do?
Let's find it. Okay, you cause up to 6 pillars of stone to burst from places on the ground that I can see within range. Each pillar is a cylinder that has a diameter of 5 feet and a height of up to 30 feet. So my goal is just kind of like stack it a little bit. Like first using this pencil here, and then here, and then here.
That's smart. Yes.
Okay. You turn off your reverse gravity, and then like slow motion, and the pillar, like you're able to set the pillar back up like this, and suddenly the souls, some of them are still going at the Raven Queen, but a lot of them are just like swirling around that one pillar. Right.
Cool.
What other stuff
You're
do I have
saying
here?
that you boned the pillar?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can only do that once, so.
There you go.
A swarm of shadow ravens, which are Shadowfell ravens with the sharp talons. They fly around and they start they're able to sort of deflect the souls so they don't hit the Raven Queen. So they all just swarm all around and are blocking the souls as best they can. But Zahar yells out, We've got to divert these to the bleak fallow. He yells out.
That's what I was thinking. I just don't know how I can help with that.
Livdio, it is your turn. You are pulling the Raven Queen. There are shadow ravens everywhere. The Raven Queen is stunned right now. You and the giant space hamster, Axel, are pulling her out of danger. A huge chunk of ceiling like crashes nearby. And what would you like to do?
There's still souls going into her.
Right now, the shadow ravens are blocking most of them.
Okay. That I will pull her along, but I will position myself so that when the souls try to go into her, they will go into me instead.
Really?
And I will take the brunt of the damage.
Go! Alright. So, some get past the raven. We'll say 3 of them. But you take 15 radiant. Okay. But they will knock you away from the Raven Queen. You go sliding on the floor. Alright. And then, Drizzt, you're pulling Zahar, and he's telling you, we've got to figure out a way to divert these souls to the bleak fallow. They're going to destroy everything.
How do we do that?
I don't know.
We gotta figure it out. All I've got are...
Are they affected by wind at all?
Are they affected by wind? He says they're drawn to the pillars in the Raven Queen.
Can we... Is it just the Raven Queen, or can we confuse them in any way?
Like magnets.
This is... he's like kind of out of it. And he says, I don't know what else we could have done with our son. I don't know.
What son?
He says, Erthun.
Who is he and where is he?
There's no time.
I don't
There's
know.
no time for lore. Why are you
Being dramatic.
Dragon lore.
There's no time.
All we can
Is
do
there a time for juicy gossip? We gotta go.
okay. I'll keep pulling him out and then try to see if I can help with the Raven Queen at all.
All right, you watch as Livdiel stands over the Raven Queen and is struck by 3 souls, which gives the Raven Queen a moment of like clarity.
I'll do the same. I'll stand right next to Liv and just kind of use my body as a shield.
Oh, Lord Arctic Frost! The winds begin to howl. Ice crystals form a single die before your dungeon master. Thank you, Frost.
No.
Thank you very much. Hope you're having a good Easter.
God dang it.
So normally when there's bits, we roll to see which but I mean, this is Winthrop's episode, so I sort of feel like Winthrop should probably get the D20. Is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Winthrop's special episode, D20. Thank you, Frost, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Drizzt, what would you like to do? You just want to stand over the Raven Queen and protect her from these souls that are shooting into her?
Yeah, try to give her as much time as I can, because I can't really tell.
Drizzt Do'Urden, with his twin magic swords, heroically stands over the prone Raven Queen, ready to defend her against this strange anomaly. And then, Axel, the giant space hamster next to Drizzt. What do you want to do? You heard Zahar yelling, we've got to find a way to get these souls to the bleak fallow.
If you can go to the ethereal, I don't know how you pronounce that, plane. Could you grab souls in the ethereal plane?
She's so close to the solution. Winthrop, you feel like you're on the right track.
Do it.
Well, it's not me, so I'm just like, ah.
What would you like to do, Axel? You feel like you get a telepathic thought from the Raven Queen that, Axel, you might just be the key to the solution of this problem.
Oh!
I knew it.
What did we do?
Axel, make an intelligence check.
Okay.
We've only got 15 minutes.
You got this, Axel. Go.
Okay, well, I can go into the ethereal plane, but I don't know how is that gonna help right here. Oh God, he's so bad. That's a 2.
Oh.
Oh!
He's just like freaking out. He's like, what do we do?
You were gonna have a thought, but you have no thought.
Actually,
Can I pick one and try to yell at him?
Keep it cool.
Actually,
Keep it cool.
He's gonna freak out and he's gonna like jump into the ethereal plane just because he's scared.
Okay, well, Axel, so you shift into the ethereal plane, and when you get there, you notice this section of the ethereal plane is completely deserted. No creatures come here. No ghosts, no night hags, nothing. They avoid this area. It's completely abandoned, completely safe for you to inhabit. A vast area of the ethereal. Totally safe. You could store anything here.
Oh.
I hope I get it, because I'm dumb.
Then I will waddle. Can I like waddle over to the thing and grab it in, like pull it into it?
What thing? Oh, what, the fate pillar?
Yeah.
No, but you know what you do? Here's what you do see. All right, remember the portal you came out of? You remember Zahar when he was giving you the tour of Latherna? And, and he explained to you that that gate you came through, creatures from different planes, if they touch it, can activate it as a portal to the plane that they're linked to.
Okay.
That thing is sticking out like a sore thumb in the ethereal. You wonder if you touched it, if it would make this massive gate to the ethereal plane. As long as your paw was on it.
I go over and I stick my nose on top of it.
All right, so you right now you're in the ethereal plane. You're gonna have to go out and around and stuff, but
yeah.
So you're gonna start heading towards that portal.
Yes.
Okay. Now they can't see you or anything when you're in the ethereal. You can see them.
Yeah.
Just so
Good hamster left us.
But we can go like, it's Axel. He does that sometimes.
All right, so Axel, you're running as fast as you can towards that portal.
Yes.
Winthrop,
Hamster ball.
you see Axel suddenly gets a weird idea and disappears into the ethereal plane. What would you like to do?
I'm assuming we're stalling for Axel to do whatever his idea is.
Well, we don't have time. So we'll say you pulling them out. Axel runs over. Suddenly, you all notice this big light come from the gate. And so there is a portal to the ethereal plane open outside. But now the question is, how do you get those souls to go through?
The thing I'm dealing with right now, right?
Let's go out of initiative for right now because we're almost out of time. You guys can just tell me what you want to do.
I want to boop that door.
Okay, yeah.
The door.
Have, and you can do it from either side. Do you want to go back to the Shadowfell, or do you want to stay in the ethereal when you activate it?
I'm gonna go back because it's gonna get a lot of nonsense over here.
Okay. So you run over while your friends are pulling them out. The citadel, her tower is crumbling. One fate pillar is standing and drawing some of the souls. You come back to the Shadowfell. You put your paw on it, or nose, or whatever, and it's a big swirling portal to the ethereal plane. And what do you guys want to do?
All right, do we...
Basically, what you choose now is going to... in theory, the Raven Queen could die. I don't know. Depending on what you do here. So.
No, we could put the Raven.
Do we put the Raven Queen in there, or will the souls just follow?
If we put the Raven Queen in there and shut the door really quick, gotta stop them.
We could do that, or we could have her in front of it, and when they all start flying towards her, we just shove her to the ground, and then they all just keep flying.
They follow, so if she's standing up, we fall down, they keep going to her throat.
Yeah.
So let's just put her in there.
Okay, put her in there.
Yeah, it would be like...
Alright, so you all
Sanctuary.
grab the Raven Queen. And
Yeah,
you're blocking these things with the Shadow Ravens. And when necessary, you put yourself in front of her to take the hits. And you're running her over to the portal. Now, I just want to... Alright, on your way there, you notice that another pillar actually fell on the Hall of Final Fate. And you see that some of the lost souls inside got free. And one of those lost souls was a death giant who's got Vorkhesis by the collar and he's screaming at him, and it looks like he's going to try to kill Vorkhesis.
Okay.
Okay, I'm running at that thing.
You are? Okay, so Drizzt peels off and runs over. What about Axel? You're kind of you're by the gate, so you're kind of stuck there for now.
Do you have the Raven Queen and you can get her there fast?
Me? Yes. I'll put her in the thing.
All right, because if that's the case, I'm casting Wrath of Nature on the Death Giant thing.
So Drizzt and Winthrop peel off, and it's all up to Livdiel to get the Raven Queen through the portal.
I believe in you.
I believe.
So Winthrop and Drizzt, you run towards Vorkhesis, who looks like he's in big trouble because the pillar fell on him. And, he's getting hit by souls. This death giant who's been trapped in the Raven for hundreds of years is now looking to cut his head off. And you run towards the death giant, and what are you doing?
I'm casting Wrath of Nature. I'm choosing... let's do...
Trying to figure out what level.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
And I don't have to peel off very much. I'm casting it from wherever I am because the range is 120 feet. My goal right now is just to distract the giant.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna choose rocks, and so I can just cause any loose rock, which I'm assuming there's a lot of because of rubble right now, to launch at a creature I can see in the cube, which is a 60-foot cube, so he can be in it. And it deals damage, and then it has to succeed on a strength save, which is probably good, but I'm just trying to distract him.
So what does it do exactly? It throws rocks?
Well, I can choose grasses and undergrowth, trees, roots and vines, or rocks, and I chose rocks.
And it throws the rocks at the giant?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. He made a
So
save,
it's a-
but... So all
It's
these
a ranged
rocks...
spell attack, and then it also has to make a save.
Alright, you don't have to worry about the rolls. Pow, 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 pow. You hit him with a bunch of rocks. Drizzit, he staggers back and lets go of Vorkhesis. And what do you do, Drizzit? Run, 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 run,
I'll
run.
grab for this and just book it.
Oh, really? Okay. Vorkhesis is shocked. You! And you pull him free from the pillar. And you start... He says, I'm not allowed to leave the hall.
You are right now. We're in grave danger. Come on.
The Raven Queen's in danger. That's all that matters.
Save your mom.
Yeah.
Alright, the death giant recovers and is about to lunge after you, but the ceiling kind of falls in on him. And you don't even see the death giant anymore. Meanwhile, Livdio, you're dragging the Raven Queen. Soul, Shadow Ravens. Soul. So why don't you just make one dex to see if you can dodge them and run the Raven Queen into the archway.
You got
Can
this.
I help? I wanna like big
Assist.
shield them. Yeah.
Well, alright, let's see what Livdio gets. We'll do a dex save. Let's see how that goes.
Didn't look good. No.
I don't like that face.
A 1! So you've got the Raven Queen. You run
What's the
carrying.
bonus,
I
though?
don't know if you've got the Raven Queen over your shoulder or what.
She probably like dragging her. It's just too heavy to pick
So-
up.
You get real close to it, but pow! A soul hits you. You lose your grip on her. You go skidding in the dirt.
Can I-
Axel, you see the Raven Queen is like right there. All these souls are.
Oh my god, okay. I use my mage hand ability to push her towards the door.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that only does up to like 20 pounds. So
Fuck.
Oh, come on. Sean!
it's up to Axel now.
Come on, Axel.
All right. Let's see.
Soul.
So what am I rolling?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I'm pulling the Raven Queen. I'll try to like get her on top of me and then just do.
So basically, I mean, she's not right next to the portal, so you're gonna have to. I mean, you're gonna have to let go, run over, pick her up, run her back over, touch the portal, and get her inside.
Yeah. I will just like ram into the portal.
I have to
Kinda
think about
thing.
what kind of check this would be. Athletics, I guess.
Okay. So that's
Like, if you kind
Strength?
of like touch it with your nose and then like buck up with your hips, you can like kind of throw the Raven Queen
yes. Just whoa.
like
Yeah,
Please make this roll. I don't want the Raven Queen to die. So please.
Either.
No, I just want the Raven Queen to die.
No. That's a 16.
Oh, the DC was at 50. Okay, so you let go. You run over. You put the Raven Queen on your back. You see all these souls like, meow. You run. You go through. You deactivate the portal, and she's safe in the ethereal plane with you, and all the souls back in the Shadowfell kind of scatter and go back over to that one fate pillar.
Alex just Axel just kind of like flutes on the ground like really tired. Just like oh.
You still the rest of you still have a problem in the Shadowfell. Is that
Yeah.
those souls are accumulating and they are going to create a vortex. Vorkhesis says the best bet is to get them in the ethereal once Mother is out. We could use these pillars.
How?
We'll throw them in the ethereal.
I'm not strong enough to lift one.
He's like 15 feet tall. He says, if we work together, we can do this. We can roll them.
Okay.
There's no time.
There isn't. We gotta
Yeah.
do it. We gotta be
Gotta
very
do it.
careful about it though to do it.
He looks at Zahar, who's
What?
starting to roll a pillar, and he's kind of meh.
Get over it right now.
Both of you care about the Raven Queen, yeah? Deal with it.
They look at each other, they nod. And all of you together with the 50 Sorrowsworn and the many Shadow Ravens, basically you're able to execute a maneuver where you slide the pillars in and get the Raven Queen out. She can actually leave the ethereal of her own volition now that she's got herself together.
Cool,
So-
cool.
She can actually go to just some other plane. until this is taken care of. So all the souls end up in the ethereal, and it is over 1 million souls that end up in the ethereal plane.
I get out of there. Yeah, I'm just gonna dip out. Like, there's a lot of people here, and I don't like crowds, so I'm just gonna dip.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So once that's all taken care of, you're in the kind of really messed up Latherna, what's left of it,
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
and they all thank you for helping.
Of course.
How come?
Vorkhesis says, looks at you, Drizzt, and says, "You saved me from that death giant. I almost feel bad for leaving you in that raven for 700 years."
Yeah, you should.
You suck, man.
Ah,
So, we're just about out of time, but once they
Yeah.
get to their senses, the Raven Queen tries to make things right for Winthrop. The first thing that the Raven Queen offers is, does Winthrop want to become a Sorrowsworn? One of her special agents with wings and special abilities.
it depends on what that entails. Can I still do my own thing in the other places, or
Sure.
I have people I care about to protect?
The thing
and
is,
help.
just so you know, they're freaky looking. I don't have a picture right now. They're like, blah, you know, like
I
Pee-wee's
know.
Big Adventure, the truck driver lady face. You know, they're big bug eyes and blah, you know. You don't have to. It's up to you.
I don't think. I think I can do more as a Shatterkai for a little while longer.
Vorkhesis is impressed with all of you and wants to refocus on liches, who are the primary cause of lost souls, because they take souls and feed them to their phylacteries and destroy them. And the liches themselves, their souls aren't moving on, you know?
Yeah.
So he offers all of you special rewards for each lich phylactery that you destroy. And he looks at you, Livdio, and he says, "I know you would be an expert at this."
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Alright.
I think I have an extra thing, and I go and grab a gem communicator.
Mm.
Hey.
Liv, you want to keep in contact? Because what my crew has done ever since episode 1 is do slay lich things. So we got a Minotaur one in Waterdeep with a friend named Yami.
Oh, thank you, Grant Ellis, for the raid. All of you just missed. They rescued the Raven Queen from a soul malfunction.
Soul flood.
Yeah, soul
Yeah.
flood.
We saved the Raven Queen. Okay, I saved the day. What's up?
Basically, what I'm trying to say is we have 2 liches that we are currently targeting. So
Vorkhesis offers to help in any way that he can. And
I think we also destroyed one when we first went into the Shadowfell too.
yeah, there was one here. I
Then-
don't know if we got his phylactery though.
things get calmer. The skies kind of clear up, and it gets dark. And like a dim shaft of light appears in the Hall of Final Fate. And Vorkhesis looks at Winthrop and looks back at the hall. He holds out his spear, and he summons 2 lost souls that appear right in front of you, Winthrop. Your parents.
I'm just gonna go for big, just run up and hug.
Vorkhesis says, "I hope you can accept my apology. I know that there's nothing more important than your loved ones."
Nope.
Your parents see you, Winthrop, and they begin to cry and hug you.
It's good to see you guys again.
They
It's
tell
been
you
years.
they never thought that they would get to see you again.
Same.
And
Ah.
Zahar says, tells you that he owns a crooked house in Gloomrot, the city of Shatterkai in the Shadowfell. and your parents are welcome to have it.
I look at them like, if you want to have that, I have a thingy now, so I can come to the Shadowfell basically whenever I want. So.
They laugh and they think that would be great, and you have, we're doing there's a whole year of a time skip, so you could spend as much time as you wanted with your parents and get reacquainted with them.
My heart! Oh god,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry!
Yeah.
All right. That's a good place to end this episode of Dungeon Academy.
Ah!
Holy shit.
The next one is going to be the Seraphine episode. So you're all going to probably play acolytes of Seraphine. And Chloe, I have to ask you a few questions to make sure I get this right.
That's fine.
So I'll send you some questions.
Alright.
That's my birthday week.
So next week is Bible study? I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah, the holy word.
And would Seraphine want a church? Because they're going to offer her a church of her own. And if so, would she want it in Sigil or in your home city of Alwyn, where you originally came from?
Alwyn, and make it work mainly towards helping people to pay back for her parents.
Okay.
It's like a spot of greatness instead of worship.
And you want to find your brother, right?
Yeah. Where the hell is he?
Okay. So that'll be next week. You'll take a couple of your acolytes and you're gonna go find your brother.
The real question is, who's gonna play Strahd?
Yeah, somebody can play Strahd if they want.
Real stuff.
All right, when we do plugs, I got any plugs?
Hello, everybody. My name's Igon. We're on all the places on the Twitterverse and such. You can find me there. You can mission stuff. If you're missing my lovely gnome girl, me and Callie are going to be on the next Chaos Crew episode. And you can go find out what we did when, right before we got the, last piece of the rod and did this whole thing. Should be interesting. I know a couple of things. I'm not gonna say what they are.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
As you always should be with D&D, right?
Yeah.
And
To some extent.
you can also find the warlock patron thingy of Lilia on the DM's Guild. It's also in my pinned tweets on my Twitter. It's a warlock patron that's not totally edgy, and you don't have to sell your soul. It's just powered by the power of friendship and love and being kind to other people. And I think that we just need more of that right now. So please go check that out. We're really close to getting a bronze medal, which is amazing. So
Awesome.
please,
That's on the DM's Guild.
Yes.
When this goes up on YouTube, I'll put a link down below to the to where you can get it. And it's pay what you want, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's pay what you want. Scotty Hood did all of the amazing writing. I did the art. It's great. I love it.
Awesome. And one or two characters in this campaign are going to multi-class, right? Maybe?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, at least one.
At least one.
Ooh.
Chloe, got any plugs?
Just follow me on Twitter at Chloe_Fairy1 for more Animal Crossing content, because that's what
Same.
Same.
All right. Callie, got any plugs?
You can find me at CapCali on Twitter. You can commission me. I'm working on commission right now. Wink, wink. And
Is it of Strahd?
it might be a straw.
Hey, hot boy!
I don't know. And I said, you can, if you're missing Airly, which I doubt, you can find her on KS.
I am.
I'm missing Arlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
I'm excited for that. That's it.
Yeah. This episode, the art, I did Vorkhesis art, and that'll be on the title. And next week's we'll have art by Callie. Say
He's
it.
so dramatic. Oh my god, I felt like I was drawing a WoW character.
And Winthrop, the mega star of this episode. Rena, do you have any plugs?
I don't really. You can find me on Twitter at Miko Carino or MIKO_CARINA, and by the same username, just without the underscore, on most other social medias. And yeah, I'm trying to be more active on things and figure out hobbies that I'll share. So I'll keep y'all updated that way through Twitter, most likely. So yeah.
Thank you again to Lord Arctic Frost for the
Thank
bits and for
you.
watching. You are awesome.
Sorry I wasn't able to use that tip 20, but
Next time.
It'll come up. It will definitely come up.
I have a spot on my notes. You can't see it because of a bad green screen. But
I got
on
a
my notes
feeling
right
that
here,
with my need it, there seems to be
it
a lot
says
of
tip
things that
20s.
we're gonna be doing.
And yeah, we'll be back next week with the Seraphine episode. Yeah, so thanks everybody for watching. Thank you, Grant Ellis, for the raid. And we will see you all next week. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.